guys, welcome back to Star Soldier. We're just finally being back to where we left off last episode. Took the second and we're off to finish our missions back in the lower wilds. And I'm just gonna for the lost supplies, the next mission is over here, so I'm just gonna drop it in here, just sneak through. Quickly dispatch these guys. This guy. Pretty much too easy now, being level 11, killing level 4. No. Yeah. Nice. It's like the next. There's. For the lost supplies, this is gonna be another part of the mission over here. I really do enjoy the ability discharge, which sends electricity through the weapon they have and towards the enemy. It looks like there's an elite here, and I'm gonna get some off here. Anyone who's played SOTOR will know that, especially for Jedi counselors and Sith Inquisitors, they're gonna end up having practically a dress that they'd be wearing required of the game. Tomb of Mark Rackus. Strength, power, and strategy marks the will of Mark Arachnos, descended from the original Sith inhabitants of Korriban and Dark Jedi exiles, interbred with them. Mark Arachnos was destined for greatness. He conquered his competitors in a series of quick, ruthless campaigns and became Dark Lord of all Sith, a title he would hold for more than a century. The reign of Mark Arachnos might have been short-lived had he not displayed great strategic discipline. Instead of clashing directly with Sith challengers who hungered for his power, he pitted his enemies against each other to weaken and destroy them. Similarly, he was one of the few Sith of his era who knew of the existence of the Republic and the Jedi Order. He chose not to attack, but instead focused on strengthening the Sith Empire. The Golden Age of Sith would end shortly after his death, but the legacy and spirit of Mark Arachnos will live on within this tomb of the Valley of the Dark Lords. All that's due to new aspects for the Sith. But like always, the Sith had to come around and just ruin everything. Just gonna sneak past these guys and try to lure the Tukasa that one Sith dude wanted me to kill him. get the brains. Brains off. And I'm not even sure how does it. The brain of the Tuketa doesn't even have any brain damage from all the electricity that probably went through its systems. So I'm gonna end up getting the last code cylinder up here, and then right in this team is where the main storyline of the Crystal is. Just gonna. It's kind of funny is I could practically just go right here and dance right behind these guys in stealth mode, and they still don't know. It'd be kind of cool if this game could somehow have a sound detection, if so that the AIs could hear you move sometimes, and that could give you away.
This is a mistake.
It looks like I got achievement of Eastman of Korriban, which just is finding out the lore objects or the lore of future species. And what's funny is, if I remember correctly, in the last video, I got an achievement for, I think it was achievement for Tython, which is actually the Jedi starting planet. So the Jedi Knight and Jedi Counselor starts on Tython, which, for many who don't know, is kind of the homeworld of the Jedi. So that's kind of that was some great importance for them. So the Great Stone Monument, this is where Overseer Harkin told me to come and get I think the holocron from. So let's try
Peace is a lie. There is only passion.
I guess that didn't work.
Stay down. Too easy. Be careful.
The monument remains unopened, so let's try to
Perhaps a little blood will satiate you.
Okay, so that doesn't do anything. But I don't think meditating on that is
Perhaps calm is necessary.
Okay, so the only other option is if you lighting that.
Just open, damn it.
So getting the lingering and shooting icing it, that's the trick. It's really too simple, and I'm not sure why everyone else hasn't found out how to do that yet. So I'm gonna quick travel down here to the Wells laboratory to turn in the dark science and the lost supplies. So could be there in a second. So I believe that if you turn this mission to Apprentice Melora, then to Lord Renin, that's a light side option. But if you turn it to Lord Renin first, it's a dark side.
I'm running out of patience. Have you finally acquired the mutant Tukata brain, or should I send someone else?
I got what you wanted.
Ha! Wonderful. Let me see it.
I hope you don't mind that the brain got a little scrambled.
I don't need it to be in pristine condition. Half the fun of my work is poking through the layers. You've done an impressive job, young alien. I have no qualms about rewarding your effort.
Kind of reminds me of a lot of the horrible studies that psychologists have done.
Melora asked me to sabotage your experiment.
Is that so? Melora, if you can't show my work the appreciation it deserves...
For people who are curious,
there's
look
no
up
place for you as my apprentice.
the stand for
Wait, Master.
experiment.
It's a lie. I haven't betrayed you.
I know the truth when I hear it, Melora. I'm releasing you from my service. Eventually.
Master, please, stop! No!
My dear, the pain for you is only beginning. Take your reward and leave. Melora and I have much to discuss.
Sounds like you need some help.
I appreciate your kind offer, but I prefer to handle this myself. Farewell.
So I was saying that for people who are curious, look up the Sanford experiment and the Little Albert. It's pretty messed up for what they did. And of course, it's lacking right now. So it's like I said in the last episode, see how the companion shape was way back there, or was. That's a great indication of how, if the game is lagging, just look at your companion. I can't quick travel just yet again, so I'm gonna end up taking the speeder back towards the academy to turn in the lost supplies to Sergeant Gars and meet with the horrible, terrible Overseer Harkin. Sounds like a great old time. Looks like I...
At your service, my lord.
So, as as you can see, is, like I said before, Korriban is practically just desert. And if anyone knows what the other amusing planets are up there, I would like to know. I haven't looked it up yet.
Be careful.
Yes, can I help you with something? Hold on. Are those the research supplies we were
Yes,
after?
yes they are.
I'd given up on them days ago. You've no idea how much I appreciate this. Some of these chemicals take months to manufacture. Not much use to you, but vital to us. Thank you. You're welcome to use some of our equipment as compensation. I'll make sure to mention you to the commander.
Please do. I would very much like to have that military support.
You won't find a better bargain.
Make some room in my
Come back
inventory here.
anytime.
And of course, just when I'm walking in, the quick travel is almost, the cooldown is almost over.
This is a mistake.
You
Hey
cannot
guys,
be
how's it
wasting
going?
my time, slave. You better have the holocron.
Which answer do you want
A fake
to hear?
or stolen from the library, probably. I'll deal with you later. Now, I believe it's time for another demonstration. Grr,
Who do you think
step
you are?
forward.
Yes, Overseer.
That's totally the
Fawn,
real thing. I
Kill
just
him.
killed a
With
bunch of
pleasure,
animals
Overseer.
to get that.
Let Gur be an example to you. Fawn destroyed him easily, like he will destroy all of you.
If
Are
it,
there any other objections?
if it was easy, you would have done it one shot and not took like 20 seconds to do it.
You are only giving us power, Harkin.
And your comments are only hastening your death, slave. Now the rest of you know the next trial. Go. You, slave, stay here.
I don't
Now,
very much like that
slave,
tone of yours.
You think yourself pretty clever getting that holocron, don't you?
I really am the best.
You are lucky Lord Zash finds you useful. Now for your trial. The last, darkest secrets of Tulak Horde are buried in his tomb. Lord Zash wants this text. But the final resting place of the dead lord is not easily trespassed. You will not be the first to die there.
Yes, yes, yes. You send me into a tomb to do the impossible, hoping I die, and I come back and prove you wrong.
Shut up, slave.
That's pretty much how I feel
Mockery.
about
Do not
this
come back
entire.
here until you've gotten the text from Tulak Horde's tomb. Out of my sight, slave.
The last thing that my character said is actually how I feel about the entire Sith Inquisitors storyline on the Korriban.
We are through.
What gives you the right to command me?
I am Inquisitor Urinth, and I represent the intelligence operations of the Sith. We are currently holding an important Jedi prisoner, a spy who attempted to reach this academy. We have plans for him. Upon capture, we found the Jedi's mind simple to manipulate. We fed him false memories through a combination of drugs and sorcery. Soon he will return to his
Sounds
Jedi commanders
sadistic.
and report the lies we fed him. He will know nothing of what we've done. All that remains is to stage his escape.
Look no further. I am your Sith.
Good. I'm pleased that you appreciate our project. You are young enough, new enough, to be a plausible traitor. You will go to the Jedi, talk to him, do as he asks, earn his trust. When that is done, set him free. Do whatever is necessary to get him out of prison. We will ensure that he reaches his ship and returns safely to his Jedi friends.
How do I know you won't accuse me of treason?
Prove your strength. Prove that you are truly Sith, and all the accusations in the world will mean nothing. You will find the Jedi Korriban Dorjus in the jail cells. He is still confused and should not be overly difficult to convince.
Sounds like a trap. I'll do it though. Hey,
There's no
hey
emotion.
man.
There's
How's it
peace.
going, bro?
There's no ignorance.
How's that
There's
jail cell
knowledge.
going for you?
The Jedi Code will guide me.
I take it you're the Jedi who was captured.
I'm Korriban Dorjus. I'm a Jedi. Even here. Even on Korriban. Why do you care? Why are you here?
I'm here to get you home, if you play your cards right.
And I'm to trust you, the word of a Sith. I don't
Yes.
understand.
You're supposed to
You're
fully
here
trust me
to help me.
blindly.
Why am I talking in circles? What's wrong with me?
The Inquisitors are messing with your mind. They pumped you full of drugs.
I suspected as much. It's so hard to think straight. There's no passion. There's serenity. There's no chaos. There's harmony. The Jedi Code will guide me. I can focus. If you want to help me escape, I'll need my belongings, my lightsaber, my comlink. Before I was captured, the Sith chased me into the tomb of Tulak Horde. I hid my belongings inside a urn to lighten my load. That is where you'll need to go.
That was the first version of the Force who. The Force is with me. Before Rogue One ever took it, or reused it, was the Jedi Code will guide me.
So, yet another acolyte stands in the shadow of our academy. You must consider yourself privileged.
Pretty privileged, I must say.
Have you seen much of our civilization so far? Have you been awed by this world's power and glory?
Indeed, I have. Korriban is most inspiring, my lord.
You find it so? Then you should understand something. Korriban was wrought by the true-blooded Sith millennia ago. Our ancestors, a crimson race of conquerors, raised the statues around us. Over the eons, however, our people mingled with slaves. Now the red markings of true Sith are rare, and the purity of this planet is in question.
You're mingling with a former slave right now.
Is that so? This is a sad day, but you may yet be useful. True purity and strength are carried in the blood. I worry that our blood is being diluted over generations. In the Emperor's name, I have come to learn whether the Academy's overseers are Sith or not. You will be my instrument.
Who are you to judge whether Sith are pure or inferior?
As an agent of the Emperor and the Dark Council, I will report to them, and if necessary, seek ways to restore hereditary supremacy. I possess an ancient device, a holocron, that can
You
read
totally
and
have
record
not seen
bloodlines.
that ever
It will pulse with life
in
near the
history,
overseers.
and how that
Allow
went
the
down for
holocron
everyone.
to fulfill its purpose. Stand near the overseers as it attunes to their blood purity. Then return here, and I will learn the truth.
Watch
So
yourself.
I guess it's time to determine how pure someone is. Starting with this old lady. Very, very old lady.
Come here, child. Do you intend to explore the academy? To know the world
Oh, you're
that gave
blinded.
birth to the Sith, you should linger here a while. I am Overseer Ragate, a keeper of the old ways. I sense you have potential, and I can help you if you like.
I hope you plan to elaborate.
You have power and strength in the Force, but you must be tested beyond the trials your masters have set for you. I administer the rite of blood and bone, a ritual performed beyond this doorway. It is a rite acolytes have participated in for 10,000 years.
I am. But your face doesn't look that good, and you can definitely tell you're really, really blind. It almost looks like you have rocks as eyes. Jeez. What did you do to your eyesight, man? So can we continue? I would like to very much not look at this old lady's eyes for very much longer. It's kind of creepy, if I must say.
Blood and bone, huh?
But there we go.
Sounds right up my alley.
It pleases you? Then I too am pleased. In the chambers, past the gateway, there is a colony of Shirax, my leather-winged, razor-taloned children and their brood. They guard a mountain of skulls, an altar to the Academy's failures. You must reach the bones before proceeding.
You promised a rite of blood and bone. Where's the blood?
Clever, cruel child. I have your answer. You must claim a skull from the mountain and return to the antechamber. Soak the skull in the blood pool and come to me. Once bone has turned red,
It's
I
a
will
trap.
look and see your nature written
Subtly
in
a trap.
crimson stains. And possibly a glimpse of your future.
I'll admit that does sound intriguing.
To complete the rite is to accept one's death, to steal one's own mortality and drown it in the fluid of life. That is the symbolic purpose. But it is also a trial of power, as are all Sith trials, a trial to test strength and to grant it. I will await you here. If you die, I will forget you.
Fair enough. That's a very fair enough response, I guess.
Koyashi.
So I'm getting definitely to the point where it's the AI is definitely getting to the skill level of me where it's becoming a little bit more difficult than before. And I just defeated 10 Shirax on Korriban for achievement, which wasn't too hard. And they look like oversized, almost like dragonflies. And I do have a quick question though. Is this all the skulls of past acolytes, or what? Comment below what do you guys think are where the skulls are from. guess it's time to defeat this elite in this pool of blood. Definitely the hardest scene that I had to face so far in this game. How's it going, so Knight Overseer?
I heard the screams of the Shirax and the rippling of the blood pool. I heard the sounds of death. I know you brought the red stained skull, and I must say, I am pleased.
It was actually quite simple.
Then you have a darker heart than most. The skull you carry, your rage, your actions drowned it with the dark side. It is part of you. I can read it. I can offer a small gift, but more than that, I can offer a glimpse of your destiny.
I want to know
There's
what
much
my
I can
quest.
read in the bones.
I want to
Who
know.
am I to turn down free advice?
Very well. Listen carefully. When your final trial comes, beware the Shadow Killer. It can be bound, but never controlled.
What's a shadow killer?
That is all I see for certain. I can say no more. Prize what you have accomplished here. You are part of a tradition almost as old as Korriban itself. And you have done well. Goodbye now, young Sith. This lesson is complete.
I almost want to say that the Shadow Killer could be the first companion. This is the first companion you could get as the Inquisitor. Actually, I think the only first. So if this is gonna work out, that the purity mission brings me up to the second floor, and I can just pop in and train, get some new abilities, and head on my way to the Tulak Hord's tomb. Definitely a lot of technology in these rooms. Oh, and this is where the Sith Warrior trainer is, just practically in the other room.
What dark secret shall I share with you? Be gone.
So now I got mind control, which is kind of getting a taunting ability, and I got a speeder piloting skill, which allows me to pretty much pilot a speeder bike, or any speeder, for that fact.
A word of advice. Don't enter the tombs alone. Travel in numbers. Take plenty of weapons.
Those other apprentices Soccer right now are pretty weak. They need
Darkness, beasts,
many people, other people with them. Level 15. So this is I think I'm gonna go with that. I got pretty much when I use my overload ability, which is like the force push ability. It kind of stuns or keeps enemies in one place. Can't set off them in place. I'll look at those new people there. And that things. Well, so since there's been new huge update to the new storyline of Sotor Hive, here's some new companions that people have gotten, which I still do not know of or still haven't learned much about them.
Those blasted mining droids were tougher than I thought. I'm not going to make it, but I hope whoever is watching this will honor me. Escaped slaves, stole weapons from the academy.
Can't make it for another 10 feet,
Reprogrammed
or a bunch of Imperial troopers were, which could give you medical attention.
Tried to take them down myself. Didn't work out. Destroy enough rogue droids, and the slaves will die. Teach them not to cross the Sith.
Yes, ma'am. Well, I was actually planning to teach everyone here.
Watch yourself.
Do not mess with the Sith. It's too late for yourself there. You're almost one shot skilled is at Chirac. This is a huge piece of tax right there. And don't mind me taking over in this security chest. Some fresh red goop, and a piece of armor that I'm not entirely sure is better than what I have on now. Or I'm gonna keep it solid and try and make a few good bucks from it. And I could sell it for over there.
Please use all products only as intended. Be well.
Almost near $4,000. I guess it'd be credits for 1,000 credits. I can hear Datacron just over here. I'll get this sec. One thing I've learned in the past is, especially on the certain planets, is if you have missions like rogues where you are required to kill so many or gather so many things, you need to do them pretty quickly. Otherwise, it's going to take a long time before you can complete the mission. And with that, I've collected all the Datacrons and the collected all the Datacrons off the planet. Which I think Korriban is like the easiest planet to get Datacrons on, in my opinion. If I'm wrong, just let me know.
Koyashi.
So going off the tangent of what's the easiest planet to get Datacrons, I think the hardest planet might be that I've got Datacron searching before would have to be Makeb, which is a planet that was introduced in the Rise of the Cartel storyline, and part of the reason why it's one of the hardest is just because one of the Datacrons takes a lot of precision jumping and time to get, and it takes almost like a good 20 minutes at least to go get, and that's like second to the fleet Datacron, because the fleet Datacron requires a lot of people unless you could somehow unless you manage doing it by yourself, which requires you to log in and out of to switch between two different characters, which is time invested in itself.
Clean up this mess. Timber!
This is a mistake.
I just have to find the lightsaber, which I think I found right here. Nope. So it's another is the Jedi's dialogues. Another dialogue. Another dialogue. How many dialogues does this Jedi need? Okay, there we go. Finally we got the lightsaber. Jeez, for some reason I can't think of words right now. And this is going to be the first heroic of this game, which is the Red Dungeon, or the Hate Machine mission. It's gonna end up being a lot of just killing, straight up killing. This is the first time that I have been in big trouble this class so far. Shouldn't have back talks or saying how easy things are earlier. A lot of stuff back in Athens. So, if I think correctly, there's two different armor sets I could get, depending on if I'm gonna end up being a tank or the damage that's put in the hand. Correct, the Force Lord's armor set for the assassin is damage route. So just also those boxes the box I just opened gives me armor, which ends up being a lot better armor than I usually get for the most part. There's been times where I end up getting like in two different boxes the same armor piece, which is kind of frustrating because it doesn't help me besides giving me some credits. And I'm gonna just go to the left here into out in this courtyard to the other tomb to go collect the other tablet and do the other heroic here, which I know before for a while you could, for a good while when SWTOR was first released, you had to have like two or like another person with you, or 3 other people, depending on if it's a heroic 2 or a heroic 4. And now you can pretty much just solo the heroic 2s, maybe the heroic 4s, depending on the level is and the kind of the armor stats that you have. And with like having your commands being a tank, damage, or healer will also really help on like how well you do on those heroics. I think I just messed with myself here. Maybe not, I might be able to do this. Just closely though. And I can't even open that. Until I go sell some stuff. Luckily, the quick travel was over a long time ago.
What can I get for you?
So I could quickly sell everything that I don't need.
Come back anytime.